Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this. How many times have you started a goal full of excitement and energy only to lose steam a few days or weeks later? Maybe it was a fitness plan, a career move, or even a small daily habit you wanted to build. You were motivated at first, but as the days went on, life got in the way. The excitement faded, and suddenly it felt easier to stop than to push forward. The difference between success and failure doesn't come down to talent or luck. It's not about having the best resources or the perfect conditions. It's about one thing: consistency. Consistency is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's the ability to show up every single day, even when you're tired, uninspired, or facing challenges. It's about making progress, even when it feels small or slow. Motivation might get you started, but it won't keep you going. If you want real, lasting success, you need to make consistency a non-negotiable part of your life. Today, I'll show you how to do just that. Let's begin. Consistency over motivation. Motivation is a powerful feeling. It gives you that initial spark, the excitement to start something new. You feel energized, ready to take on the world, and convinced that nothing can stop you. But as inspiring as it is, motivation doesn't last. It's like a wave. It comes and goes, often leaving you stranded when things get tough. Have you ever started a fitness routine, a project, or a new habit with full enthusiasm? The first few days are easy, even fun. But then life happens. You're tired. Work gets busy, or the results aren't showing up as quickly as you hoped. That's when the excuses creep in. I'll start again tomorrow, or I'll skip today, just this once. Before you know it, you've lost momentum, and the goal feels further away. Consistency is the solution to this. Unlike motivation, it doesn't depend on how you feel. Consistency is about making small, deliberate efforts every day, even when it's hard. You don't need to feel excited or inspired. You just need to show up and do the work. Over time, those small steps build into habits, and habits build success. Think about brushing your teeth. It's not exciting or optional. You just do it because it's part of your routine. That's the kind of commitment you need to develop for your goals. Treat them as non-negotiable parts of your day. Whether it's exercising, studying, or working on a skill, make it a habit that you stick to, no matter what. Consider how athletes, entrepreneurs, and successful people operate. They have the same struggles as everyone else. They feel tired, unmotivated, and face challenges. But they keep going because they understand that showing up daily is what sets them apart. They've built consistency into their lives, and it works like a silent engine driving them toward their goals. The power of consistency lies in its ability to create momentum. When you take action every day, even small actions, you build progress over time. This progress might not feel significant at first, but as it adds up, it becomes unstoppable. You'll find that the days when you push through despite feeling tired or unmotivated are the ones that matter most. Those are the days that strengthen your discipline and build your character. It's important to remember that consistency doesn't mean perfection. You don't have to get everything right all the time. What matters is that you keep going, even if you stumble. Missing one day doesn't ruin your progress. Quitting does. So don't let setbacks discourage you. Instead, use them as reminders to refocus and keep moving forward. Success isn't about feeling motivated every day. It's about showing up consistently, even when it's tough. Build routines, stick to your commitments, and trust the process. Over time, consistency will take you further than motivation ever could. Momentum comes from action. Momentum is what turns small efforts into big results. It's the force that keeps you moving forward once you've started. But here's the catch: you have to take that first step. Many people wait for the perfect time to start, thinking they need to feel fully ready or have everything lined up. The truth is, waiting gets you nowhere. Action is what creates momentum. And once you start, it becomes easier to keep going. Think about riding a bike uphill. At first, it's hard to get the pedals moving. You have to push with effort, and it feels slow and heavy. But as you keep pedaling, something amazing happens. The movement becomes smoother, and you pick up speed. That's momentum at work. It rewards consistent action by making each step a little easier than the last. Momentum doesn't demand big, dramatic efforts. It comes from small, consistent actions repeated over time. A single workout won't transform your body, but a daily habit of exercising will. Writing a single paragraph won't make you an author, but writing every day can turn you into one. The key is to focus on progress, no matter how small. Many people fall into the trap of overthinking. They analyze, plan, and wait for ideal conditions, but this only delays progress. Taking action, even if it's imperfect, is far more powerful than waiting for everything to feel right. Remember, you don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Once you've built momentum, it becomes a force that works in your favor. You'll notice that tasks you once dreaded start feeling automatic. The discipline you practiced in the beginning becomes second nature. With momentum, the effort you put in today carries over to tomorrow, creating a positive cycle of growth and improvement. It's also important to protect your momentum. Life will throw distractions, setbacks, and challenges your way. These moments can feel like roadblocks, but they're really just tests of your commitment. When you're tempted to skip a day or take a break, remind yourself how hard you worked to get started. Protect the progress you've made by showing up, even if it's with smaller steps. Remember, momentum is your ally, but it requires one thing: action. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment might never come. Start now, take that first step, and keep moving forward. With time, momentum will build, and you'll find yourself achieving more than you ever thought possible. Be patient with results. Patience is one of the hardest but most important parts of success. We live in a world where everything seems instant, fast deliveries, quick results, and immediate gratification. But real success doesn't work that way. It takes time, effort, and most importantly, patience. The results you're working toward might not show up today, tomorrow, or even next month. But that doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Think of it like planting seeds. When you put seeds in the ground, you don't expect a tree to grow overnight. You water it, give it sunlight, and keep tending to it every day, even when you see nothing happening. Then one day a sprout appears, and over time it grows into something strong and lasting. Your goals work the same way. The small actions you take daily might seem invisible at first, but they're laying the foundation for your future success. Many people quit too soon because they don't see immediate results. They expect progress to be quick and obvious. And when it isn't, they lose hope. But the truth is, the most meaningful achievements require consistent effort over a long period. The early stages often feel like you're working hard for nothing, but that's when patience matters the most. It's easy to compare yourself to others, especially in the age of social media. You might see someone else's success and wonder why you're not there yet. But remember, you're only seeing the final product, not the years of work and struggle that went into it. Focus on your own journey and trust that your efforts will pay off in time. Being patient doesn't mean sitting back and waiting. It means staying consistent and trusting the process, even when progress feels slow. Celebrate the small wins along the way. Did you stick to your plan today? Did you show up when it was hard? Those victories matter and will add up to something great over time. Also, be kind to yourself. Growth is not always linear. Some days will feel like huge leaps forward, while others might feel like you're standing still or even sliding back. That's okay. What matters is that you keep going. The path to success is rarely smooth, but every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Patience is a skill. And like any skill, it gets stronger the more you practice it. Keep reminding yourself that the best things in life take time. Stay committed. Keep putting in the work and trust that the results will come. When they do, you'll realize it was worth every ounce of effort and every moment of patience you invested. Discipline as a muscle. Discipline is the foundation of consistency. It's what keeps you moving forward, even on the days when you don't feel like it. But here's the thing: discipline isn't something you're born with. It's a skill, a muscle that grows stronger the more you use it. Think of discipline like going to the gym. On the first day, lifting weights feels tough. Your muscles ache and you might even want to give up. But the more you show up and push yourself, the stronger you get. Over time, the same weight that once felt impossible becomes easy. Discipline works the same way. The more you practice sticking to your commitments, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. Let's be honest, discipline isn't glamorous. Nobody is cheering you on when you wake up early to work on your goals or when you stay late to finish a project. But discipline isn't about applause or recognition. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when no one is watching. It's about making the right choices, not because they're easy, but because they're necessary. Discipline isn't built overnight. It starts with small decisions, choosing to work out instead of skipping the gym, completing that one task instead of procrastinating or saying no to distractions. Each time you make the disciplined choice, you strengthen your ability to stay on track. It's not about being perfect. It's about building a habit of pushing yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. One of the biggest challenges with discipline is overcoming excuses. We've all been there telling ourselves we're too tired, too busy, or that we'll do it tomorrow. But excuses are just barriers we create in our own minds. Discipline helps you break through those barriers. It reminds you that the temporary discomfort of effort is far better than the long-term regret of giving up. Discipline also brings freedom. It might sound strange, but when you have discipline, you gain control over your life. You're no longer a slave to your emotions or impulses. Instead, you become the driver, steering yourself toward your goals with purpose and intention. The great thing about discipline is that it compounds. Every time you stick to a commitment, no matter how small, you build trust in yourself. You prove that you can rely on your own word. And that confidence carries over into every area of your life. So start small. Pick one habit or goal and commit to it daily. Push through the resistance and don't let excuses win. Over time, you'll find that discipline isn't just a skill, it becomes a part of who you are. And when discipline becomes your muscle, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Failure as a step toward success. Failure is a word most people fear. It's often seen as a sign of weakness or a reason to stop trying. But the truth is, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of the journey toward it. Every great achievement has its roots in setbacks, mistakes, and struggles. If you want to succeed, you must learn to see failure not as an endpoint, but as a stepping stone. Think about anyone you admire, an athlete, a business leader, or an artist. Do you think they reached the top without failing? Absolutely not. They faced rejection, disappointment, and challenges, just like the rest of us. The difference, they didn't let failure define them. Instead, they used it as a tool to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Failure forces you to look at your approach, your weaknesses, and your mindset. It's like holding up a mirror to your efforts and asking, what can I do better without failure? There's no growth, no improvement. When you fail, you're given an opportunity to adjust your strategy, refine your skills, and try again with more knowledge and resilience. The problem is that many people let failure discourage them. They take one misstep as a sign to quit, thinking they're not cut out for success. But the truth is, failure is only final if you give up. If you choose to keep going, every failure becomes a lesson. Every stumble makes you wiser and more prepared for the next challenge. Think of failure as a test of your commitment. How badly do you want to achieve your goal? Are you willing to push through the setbacks and keep moving forward? Those who succeed are the ones who refuse to let failure stop them. They treat it as a necessary part of their journey and keep their eyes on the bigger picture. Here's an example. Imagine a child learning to ride a bike. They fall countless times, scrape their knees, and might even feel frustrated. But they don't quit. They get back on the bike again and again and again, until eventually they learn to ride. Failure isn't something to fear. It's proof that you're trying, growing, and moving forward. It's important to reframe how you view failure. Instead of seeing it as a dead end, think of it as feedback. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do differently next time? This mindset shifts failure from something negative into a powerful tool for success. So the next time you face failure, don't run from it. Embrace it. Use it to fuel your determination and refine your efforts. Remember, every successful person you admire has failed at some point. What sets them apart is their ability to rise, learn, and keep going. Failure isn't the enemy. It's your greatest teacher on the road to success. Hold yourself accountable. Accountability is the foundation of achieving your goals. It's about being honest with yourself, owning your actions, staying committed to what you set out to do. Many people dream big but fall short because they don't hold themselves accountable. They let excuses, distractions, and laziness get in the way. If you want to succeed, you must take full responsibility for your progress or lack of it. When no one is watching, do you still stick to your commitments? It's easy to stay on track when someone is checking up on you or when you're being praised for your efforts. But what happens when the spotlight is gone and it's just you and your goals? True accountability means staying disciplined, even when no one else is paying attention. One powerful way to hold yourself accountable is by writing down your goals. When you put your goals in writing, they become more real and tangible. Keep them visible on your mirror desk or even as your phone background. Seeing them every day is a constant reminder of what you're working toward and why it matters. Tracking your progress is another key step. Whether it's a journal, a checklist, or an app, measure your daily efforts. Did you do what you said you would? Did you take one step closer to your goal? Tracking not only keeps you focused, but also shows you how far you've come, which can be incredibly motivating. Accountability also means confronting the truth. If you skipped a workout, procrastinated on a task, or made excuses, admit it to yourself. Avoiding the truth only delays your progress. Instead, own your mistakes and commit to doing better the next day. Holding yourself accountable doesn't mean being perfect. It means being honest and staying committed even when you stumble. Sometimes external accountability can help too. Surround yourself with people who inspire and push you to be better. Share your goals with someone you trust, someone who will encourage you, but also challenge you to stay on track. When you have people who believe in you and won't accept your excuses, it becomes harder to give up. Accountability builds trust not just with others, but with yourself. Each time you follow through on a commitment, you reinforce your confidence. You start to believe in your ability to achieve what you set out to do. That belief is powerful. It gives you the strength to take on bigger challenges and stick to them, even when the road gets tough. Accountability isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard because your dreams and goals are worth the effort. Take responsibility for your actions, track your progress, and stay focused on the bigger picture. When you hold yourself accountable, you take control of your life, and that's where true success begins. Take small steps daily. Big goals can feel overwhelming. When you think about everything you need to do to achieve them, it's easy to get paralyzed by the sheer size of the task. That's why the key to success is taking small steps daily. Break your big goals into manageable pieces and focus on doing one thing at a time. Progress may feel slow, but those small actions add up over time. Imagine climbing a mountain. You don't leap to the top in one giant jump. Instead, you take one step, then another and another. Each small step might not feel like much on its own, but every single one brings you closer to the summit. The same principle applies to any goal you want to achieve, whether it's building a career, improving your health, or learning a new skill. Focus on what you can do today. The beauty of small steps is that they're achievable. You don't need to overhaul your life in one day. Just commit to doing something small but meaningful. Write one paragraph, do a short workout, or save a little money. These small wins create momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Before you know it, you're making consistent progress toward your goal. One common mistake people make is trying to do too much all at once. They go all in for a week, then burn out and give up. Success isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. Taking small steps every day is more effective than taking giant leaps once in a while. It's not about how fast you move, it's about showing up and making steady progress. When you focus on small steps, you also reduce the pressure to be perfect. Instead of worrying about doing everything right, you can concentrate on doing something. Even if you make a mistake or face setbacks, it's easier to adjust your approach and keep going when the steps are small. To make this work, create a plan. Write down your big goal and then break it into smaller, actionable steps. For example, if you want to lose weight, don't focus on the end result. Start by drinking more water, walking for 10 minutes a day, or cutting out one unhealthy snack. Once you've mastered these small habits, build on them. Consistency is key here. The power of small steps lies in repeating them daily. It's not about doing something extraordinary in one day, but about doing something every day. Over time, these small efforts compound, leading to big changes. Remember, success isn't about reaching the top in one move. It's about making progress one step at a time. Stay focused on what you can do today and trust that the results will come. Small steps may not feel dramatic, but they're the most reliable way to achieve anything worthwhile. Keep moving forward, and eventually you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. Fall in love with the process. It's natural to dream about the finish line, achieving the goal, celebrating the victory, and enjoying the rewards. But the truth is, success isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey. To achieve lasting results, you need to fall in love with the process. The daily effort, the grind, and the growth you experience along the way are what truly shape you. Think about any great achievement, whether it's an athlete winning a championship, an artist completing a masterpiece, or an entrepreneur building a successful business. The end result is just a moment. What you don't see are the countless hours of practice, preparation, and persistence that made it possible. Those moments of effort are where the real magic happens. When you focus only on the outcome, it's easy to get discouraged. Progress can feel slow, and results might not come as quickly as you'd like. That's why it's so important to shift your mindset. Instead of obsessing over the end goal, focus on the daily actions that move you closer to it. Find joy in the small victories, the lessons learned, and the improvements you make each day. Falling in love with the process also helps you stay consistent. It transforms your goals from something you have to do into something you get to do. For example, instead of dreading your workouts, appreciate how they make you stronger. Instead of viewing your study sessions as a chore, embrace the opportunity to grow and learn. This mindset makes it easier to show up every day, even when the results aren't immediate. It's also important to understand that the process is where you grow. The challenges you face along the way teach you resilience, discipline, and patience. Every obstacle is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself. The journey shapes you into the person capable of achieving your goal, not just once, but over and over again. This shift in focus doesn't mean you should forget about your end goal. Keep it in your mind as your guiding star, but don't let it consume you. The real value lies in the steps you take to get there. Each day is an opportunity to get a little better, a little closer, and a little stronger. When you fall in love with the process, setbacks become easier to handle. Instead of seeing them as failures, you view them as part of the journey. You'll stop rushing to the finish line and start appreciating every step along the way. This doesn't just make the journey more enjoyable, it also makes it more sustainable. Success isn't a single event, it's a way of life. By loving the process, you create habits and skills that last long after you've reached your initial goal. So embrace the journey, celebrate the effort, and remember the process is where the real transformation happens. Refuse to quit. Quitting is easy. It's tempting to stop when things get hard, when progress feels slow, or when the results don't come as quickly as you hoped. But success doesn't belong to those who quit, it belongs to those who refuse to give up, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. If you want to achieve your dreams, you must make quitting non-negotiable. Every successful person you admire has faced moments of doubt. exhaustion and frustration. They've thought about quitting just like you might have. The difference? They chose to keep going. They understood that setbacks are temporary and that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to their goal. Think about the challenges you faced in the past. How often did you quit because the effort felt overwhelming or the results seemed out of reach? Now, imagine if you had kept going. Where would you be today? The truth is, most people give up just before they're about to see a breakthrough. Success often requires pushing through those moments when it feels easiest to walk away. Refusing to quit doesn't mean ignoring reality or pushing yourself to exhaustion. It means staying committed to your goal, even when you have to adjust your approach. Maybe the path you're on isn't working, and that's okay. Take a step back, reassess, and try a different strategy. What matters is that you don't abandon the vision you're working toward. Persistence builds resilience. Every time you push through a challenge, you become stronger, more determined, and better prepared for the next obstacle. The act of refusing to quit transforms you into someone who can handle adversity with grace and confidence. Over time, this resilience becomes one of your greatest strengths. It's also important to remember why you started. What was the vision that inspired you to begin this journey? When times get tough, reconnect with that purpose. Remind yourself of the dreams you're working toward and the life you're trying to build. Let your why be the fuel that keeps you going. Quitting might bring temporary relief, but it often leads to long-term regret. The what-ifs and if-onlys can weigh heavy on your mind. On the other hand, sticking to your goals, even when it's hard, brings a sense of pride and accomplishment that no easy path can match. So when you face moments of doubt, remind yourself that quitting isn't an option. Take a break if you need to, but don't stop moving forward. Adjust your pace, change your methods, but stay on the path. Success isn't about never falling, it's about always getting back up. Refusing to quit isn't just about reaching your goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who sees challenges as opportunities, who perseveres when others give up, and who builds a life of resilience and determination. Keep going. The reward is worth the effort. Focus on growth, not speed. In a world obsessed with fast results, it's easy to feel pressured to rush towards success. But true progress isn't about how quickly you reach your goals. It's about the growth you experience along the way. Focusing on speed often leads to shortcuts, burnout, or frustration. Focusing on growth, however, ensures that you build the skills, mindset, and resilience needed to succeed in the long run. If you plant a tree and water it every day, it won't grow faster just because you're in a hurry. Trees take time to grow strong roots and stand tall. Rushing the process won't help, it might even harm it. The same principle applies to your personal and professional growth. True success is built step by step, not in a sprint. When you focus on growth, you prioritize learning over rushing. Every challenge becomes a chance to develop new skills, and every setback becomes an opportunity to improve. Instead of asking, how fast can I get there? Ask, what can I learn from this experience? This shift in mindset not only keeps you motivated, but also helps you enjoy the journey. Focusing on growth also takes the pressure off. You don't need to compare your progress to others or feel defeated if you're not moving as quickly as you'd like. Remember, everyone's journey is different. What matters is that you're improving no matter how small the steps may seem. Progress is progress, and every step forward counts. When you prioritize growth, you build a foundation that lasts. Rushing might get you quick results, but without the right habits and mindset, those results may not stick. Growth ensures that you're not just reaching your goals, but also becoming the kind of person who can sustain success over time. Another benefit of focusing on growth is that it keeps you adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and the path to success is rarely a straight line. When you're focused solely on speed, obstacles can feel like failures. But when you're focused on growth, you see them as opportunities to pivot, learn, and come back stronger. It's important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Reflect on where you started and recognize how far you've come. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet, but you're not where you were yesterday either. It's growth, and it's worth celebrating. Success isn't about how quickly you reach the finish line. It's about the person you become along the way. Focus on growing stronger, wiser, and more resilient every day. When you commit to growth, the results will follow at the right time and in the right way. Patience combined with persistence is unstoppable. Keep improving, keep learning, and trust the process. Growth always wins over speed. Ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one powerful thought. Success doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. And that choice is made every single day through consistency. The principles we've talked about, staying disciplined, embracing failure, taking small steps, and refusing to quit, are not just ideas, they're tools. Tools that, when used daily, can transform your life. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that every effort, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your dreams. There will be days when it's hard, when you feel like giving up, when progress feels invisible. But those are the moments that count the most. Those are the moments where you build strength, resilience, and character. Remember, success isn't about how you feel today. It's about what you're willing to do day after day, no matter what. Start today. Take that first step. Show up for yourself and your dreams. Commit to the journey, no matter how long it takes. Because when you stay consistent, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Go out there, put in the work, and show the world what you're capable of. Thank you, and keep moving forward.